Hey honeys, this is Heather and I'm back again with another YouTube video. Today we're going to be making barbecue ribs and chicken with macaroni and cheese and green beans. The ribs and chicken are made in the air fryer because this is the lazy chef, okay? So let's get right into it. So we are doing barbecue ribs. I picked these up at Publix. They're boneless. I love it. I'm also doing barbecue chicken. This is just some chicken that I had split up and had from before in my freezer. We're going to be doing green beans. I used to cut green beans and macaroni and cheese. I'm using the Velveeta pack. I also am using some Hickory Bacon to season my green beans. So this is my air fryer. I have the Instant Vortex. As you can see, it has air fryer, roast, bake, and reheat options on here. I've only used the air fryer part, but we're going to turn this on to 400 degrees and 20 minutes, and it has to preheat. It's pretty fast, but we're going to set it before we start seasoning. So of course you need a bowl. So I'm taking this bowl and a knife and just busting right open these ribs. Okay, bust it wide open. Okay. We're gonna open these ribs. We're gonna put them in here, and of course we're going to wash them because I don't know about y'all, but I wash my meat. Okay, I wash it. Y'all need to wash your meat. That's nasty to be just putting it in there. So rinse off your meat. Okay. Disclaimer, still hadn't been to the nail shop. Okay, ignore it. But I'm also not going to trim any fat off of this because I want to have a lot of flavor since it's an air fryer. So here I'm using some Italian dressing. I usually wouldn't use an expensive one like Olive Garden, but this is what I got in the fridge. Okay, so we finna use it. And you know, let the spirits move you on how much. But as you can see, I'm pouring a hefty amount, enough to cover most of the meat and, you know, season it. I'm also going to use some minced garlic by Spice World, and I picked this up at Walmart. It's one of my favorite things. As you'll see throughout the video, I use garlic a lot. I use garlic powder and onion powder as well, basically just like it's salt and pepper. So I'm using about 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. And so like I said, here's the onion powder and the garlic powder, my salt and pepper. I love it. I'm also using Mrs. Dash salt free. As you can tell, I use this a lot because I ain't barely none in here, but we're gonna make it work, baby. I also like Weber's New Orleans Cajun seasoning. It's really not spicy at all, but it gives a nice flavor without being too salty. So I'm gonna add a little black pepper, and as you'll see, I didn't really use any salt, and I won't use any salt throughout this video because most seasonings have salt in them, or you know, your dressing has salt in it. All these things have salt in it, so it's no need for me to overpower my dish with more salt. So I'm just gonna toss this, really get it coated really good with my hands. I'm going to add some Sweet Baby Ray's hickory and brown sugar barbecue sauce. And just a hefty little amount in there. Enough to kind of get the flavoring and coat it enough. And then I'm going to toss it again. I'm also going to add a drop or two of A1 sauce. I would probably add like Worcestershire sauce. I think that's how you say it. But I don't have none, so A1 it is. And really, you can use any seasonings you want, any barbecue sauce mixture that you want. This is just what I would do with the things that I already have in my home. So I'm just going to put all these in the air fryer and turn it on. One thing that I love about this air fryer is that it's automatic. So when you take it out, it cuts off. When you put it back in, it cuts right back on. So I'm just making sure that it's back set to the same settings I had before. So the chicken, I'm seasoning it pretty much the exact same way. Onion powder, garlic powder, pepper, Italian dressing, but I'm not going to use any barbecue sauce. I am going to add in one new seasoning. That's the Slap Your Mama. That's another Cajun seasoning. I'm using it instead of the Weber, just for some variety, child, just for shits and giggles. And I'm just going to mix this right in the bag. I'm not using barbecue sauce because I'm going to put this on right after the ribs. I'm not going to clean it in between. It's going to work just like a barbecue grill. We're just going to slap that baby right on. So while the chicken's marinating and the ribs are cooking, we're going to cook our green beans. So you're going to drain a can of green beans. I like cut green beans, but any kind is fine. And we're going to add a little chicken broth. I'm using Swanson to the bottom of the pot, just for flavoring. And bacon is also for flavoring. I like the hickory kind or any smoked kind, anything like that. So we're going to add pepper, onion powder and garlic powder, Heather's salt and pepper, of course. We're going to add some minced garlic and the bacon. I just used one piece of bacon and I cut it in half because I'm only using like one small little can. So, and the bacon, I'm not going to eat the bacon, obviously. So, I don't know who watching this that's finna say, is she gonna eat that bacon? I'm not. So, halfway through, you're gonna wanna turn your food. And the air fryer actually does alert you of this. It'll beep and it'll actually say across the screen, turn food. So, we're just gonna turn our ribs to make sure that they get cooked all the way through. And as you can see, they're super juicy still, so that's a good sign. So we're going to bring our green beans to a boil, and then we're going to add some butter. Now, I didn't say this was the healthy shift. That's a later on episode, not today. One day, not today, okay? So our ribs are done, 20 minutes, and they're perfectly cooked all the way through. So we're going to make sure that we boil our noodles and drain them, and then we're going to add butter and milk, 2% for me, because I already really don't drink milk like that, not real milk. I usually drink almond milk, so we're just gonna use 2%, not whole milk or whipping cream. And we're gonna use the pack of Velveeta that comes in the pack, and of course I'm gonna try to get every little bit of cheese about this thing, baby. Well, actually it's not cheese. Did y'all know Velveeta ain't cheese? That blew me when I first had found that out. I mean, I'ma still eat it, but what is it really, you know? And don't say it's Velveeta, because obviously. But we're just gonna stir this up, baby. And we're gonna add some real cheese. I like to use triple cheddar or any type of like 3 cheese, anything like that. And we're just gonna stir it in to make it real cheesy and add a lot of pepper. I like to see my pepper, okay? I know y'all like to see our pepper too. Now, I don't want to hear nothing about my macaroni now, because this is not baked macaroni. This is not Sunday dinner, okay? This is doctored up box macaroni, okay? So, enjoy it. It's good, actually, for real though, for real. It's good. So, we're also going to check on our green beans. They're still boiling. I cook mine for a good amount of time because I just like to soak up all the flavor. And then we're going to pull out all of our ribs and we're going to put some more barbecue sauce mixture on it. So the mixture is going to be the barbecue sauce with the A1 and a little bit of Italian dressing. So that's what I'm just glazing on the top, just a little bit, just a little coating. And I'm putting it on there warm. Now I'm resetting this instant vortex air fryer for the chicken. And I'm putting it back on 400 degrees for 20 minutes again. Now I'm just going to put the chicken in there, pop it back in there. Now I'm taking it out and flipping it over, just like we did the ribs. So same concept. As you can see, it look just like barbecue food, like, right? It's soaking up all of the flavor from the ribs. So that's great. So here's our final product. Make sure you like this video and tell me what kind of food you want to see on the Lazy Chef down in the comments below. Subscribe to my channel. Love ya.